let me reintroduce myself since we back. It really, oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad. Okay, so for anybody that is new, who's not familiar with my videos or what I do, my name is Erica Loren, the owner and creator of Empress Tarot and Ting, where it is my goal to foster healthy, good faith relationships between ourselves and other beings of earth. And I do that through fostering and making a space for interconnectedness and true connectivity through the way that we communicate with the earth, the elements, and her children. Okay, and I provide those services through readings, through divination, divinatory practices, and also through the creation of tools and products that you can use in your spiritual walk. You can find more information and access to products through my Patreon. The link is in bio. It's patreon.com/Empress Tarot and Ting. Also, just by perusing my Instagram, which is at empress.of.brilliance, Empress of Brilliance. And yeah. Okay, so I wanted to start this one with a prayer. Now, I'm starting it with a prayer because I don't want to say as y'all know, because a lot of y'all know, because a lot of y'all have been around, for a while now, but y'all know that I crafted an Archangel Jophiel oil, which is infused with herbs that are aligned to the purpose of Archangel Jophiel. Now, Archangel Jophiel is the angel of divine beauty, wisdom, and enlightenment. So that means it is going to ground you in who you truly are, your divine essence, and how we are meant to exude and live within that divine essence with ourselves and with each other every day. What is the scent? Please explain it. Describe it somehow if you can. Complex Simplicity says there's a scent that's been following them since I started. And I want to know what that scent is, because it's going to be so freaking funny if it is a scent that is in the oil. And let me get, actually, so y'all can know what is in the Jophiel oil. There we go. And the Jophiel oil, for those of you who are watching now, I'll open it up for you guys to purchase some of the Jophiel oil. Okay, about one ounce containers of it, and it's going to be $22.22. That just came to my head. That's what it's supposed to be. So that's it. Let me write that down before I forget, because that's not even something I planned to do. Here we go. Archangel Jophiel, 1 ounce is $22.22, and that includes shipping and handling. Okay. All right, Cass, thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so in the Archangel Jophiel oil, there is sunflower oil, sunflower petals, sunflower leaves, jasmine, rose. Now, rose at every step of its growth phase. So a bud, the rose hips, the rose blooms, and I forget what was the name of the other thing. Yerba Santa, black walnut leaf. So this is not safe for people who are allergic to nuts. My apologies. Fresh calendula, citrine chips, and borage. What those things are used for. So sunflower roots travel for miles and they attract pollinators. They help you with your energy, vitality, with heart health, immune health. It reduces inflammation. Sunflowers are very strong and hardy. They detox contaminated soil. They help with your intelligence and knowledge, with divine truth and divine alignment as they turn and face the sun, and then with the guidance, with the riches, with the fortification from the sun when they are already, they then overturn and then rain down their blessings and their abundance on everything that is around them. And like I said, Archangel Jophiel is all about divine beauty, enlightenment, and wisdom, and that's really the point of those things. It's an herb, on the bold side, pungent. I see a stalk and a buddy green leafy type of top, and I feel like fuzzy type. You're talking about wild and inedible. Okay, pungent, a stalk, a buddy green leaf on top, fuzzy to the top. You might. I was gonna say it sounds like you're talking about the stalk and plant of sunflowers, but saying that it is inedible and wild makes me think that you're talking about datura, because it is kind of fuzzy. The leaves are a little bit fuzzy, um, and it has a very pungent smell. The leaves have a very pungent smell. The flower is delicate, but the flowers only bloom at night with the moon, and it's very, very leafy. Datura grows native to the Caribbean and also to like some places in Asia, like in India and such. And it's very poisonous. Like every part of it is poisonous, but it's still used as a medication, and it is sacred to many indigenous peoples, including that of my ancestors and my ancestry. But yeah, okay. Also, in the Archangel Jophiel oil is rose, which gives strength and tenderness and vulnerability, being allowing us to see the beauty and abundance in all things. Um, roses at all stages of development to reflect smooth and growth through stages and transitions and rebirths. Yes, that's a. You know what, Complex Simplicity? This is just amazing. Check you out, though. It also has calendula, which helps to ground you in your expression of self. Calendula offers abundant healing, commitment to goals and growth, joyfulness, um, and something that's very protective and nourishing. Yerba Santa, also known as holy herb, um, purifies your blood. It empowers you. It helps to release pain and congestion and confusion held within your heart center and your heart chakra. Um, and Yerba Santa is something that is sturdy and fortified, and it allows you to reach back and call in things that were dormant before. Okay, so like Yerba Santa seeds can lay dormant for decades, literally decades, and be awakened by fire. Okay. Also jasmine, which is good for inner peace. Jasmine is considered a holy herb, as is considered a gift from God. Black walnut leaf helps us to ease through transitions and initiations. Black walnut is resistant to decay and helps us be resistant to decay. And citrine stimulates mental power and focus, activates your mind and body, and eliminates negativity. And so this is a prayer that I pray over the Jophiel oil to awaken and embolden those things that the herbs bring. Oh no, is it pausing for people? It kind of has like it bouncing back and forth again. Let me know if it's pausing, if you can hear and see me clearly. So I'm going to post this prayer on my Patreon as a blog post, because this is something that you can pray, you can ground yourself in, you're good. Okay, cool. All right, so in the name and so this poem, I found it and tweaked it, and I feel really bad because I don't remember where I found it. I'll try to find it so I can like credit the person who like originally came up with it. See, you meant to be here. They're like, nah, for real, for real. Okay, so the prayer for Archangel Jophiel. I'm going to hold my blue lace agate, which is good for communication. In the name of God and the manifestation of God within me, I call on Archangel Jophiel. First, I express my boundless gratitude to you for holding the flame of wisdom steady and bright for us. I ask that you lead me in the way of wisdom and illumination, that I may see the path ahead, my sacred road, part of the divine plan. I thank you in advance for showing us how to connect to our higher selves. Please bring me into contact with and help me to absorb and embrace all information needed to fulfill my purpose and bless us with impeccable recall. I ask you for personal and collective understanding we can use to resolve personal and societal conflicts for the greatest good of all. Please, beloved Jophiel, dissolve all ignorance, hubris, and narrow mindedness, and teach us how to correctly employ the powers of our heart and crown chakras. Reveal the mysteries of God to mankind as we elevate our consciousness. Expose the infamies of mankind and spirits. Let the hidden ills of government and science, education, medicine, and food production be revealed. Expose that being kept from us, preventing us from freeing ourselves and others from oppression. I ask that you teach me to connect directly with God, my ancestors, and other angels through me and my highest self. May we always know who and whose we are. May God's will be manifest through me and through us. Amen. So that is the prayer that I use to consecrate and activate the Archangel Jophiel oil. It's also something that I pray to reground myself in my walk, in my journey. A lot of you know that my true goal and the heart of my purpose is radical liberation. And so Jophiel is just me and Jophiel like this. We like this, okay? We like this. It's my homie. But yes, I reground myself in that prayer when I feel distracted by the feelings and the weight of just the weight of the world and the weight of transits and the weight of the way things unfold. And it regrounds me in truth, divine truth, and wisdom and enlightenment. Okay. So that is, I feel like that prayer is perfect for Scorpio season, because it makes it forces you to become aware of what's actually happening, and to center yourself in what you're experiencing. You are the center of your spiral. Okay, so let things move around you. You are the center of the storm. You are in the center of the storm. And guess what? The center of the storm is the safest place to be. The eye of the storm is the safest place to be. It is the calmest place to be. It is bright. It is like the light at the end of the tunnel. And knowing that even in the midst of a storm, there's a space for clarity and for understanding, for growth, for happiness, and to exist freely. Okay, so that is grounding us in this week at a glance that we're about to get into with messages from Bibi Atta Bay, Mother Earth, as we move ahead in this week. So like I said, the Archangel Jophiel oil is available for everyone who is here watching this to purchase. 1 ounce for $22.22. That includes shipping and handling. And you really only need a little bit, okay? Like that oil, that oil do work, okay? That oil do work. when I use it to anoint myself every day. And I'll put a couple drops, like, on my crown. I'll put some here on my third eye. I put it on all my chakra centers now that I think about it. And like, I just do one drop. Well, I do a couple drops on my crown just because, me and Jovayo. But like, I'll do a drop, drop, drop. I like to put it in the middle of my shoulder blades and also at the base of my spine. On here, here, So all of these messages are gonna come from Bibi Atabane. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Yes. Okay. So Bibi Atabay this week is calling us into deep reflection. Just like Archangel Jophiel assists us in divine enlightenment and wisdom and knowledge of self, so too this week is calling us to dive deeper into ourselves and the thing and who we are, what triggers us, how we can affirm and reaffirm ourselves, how we can clarify our boundaries, our strengths. Okay. So the first cards that we have is the High Priestess, Mugwort. And Mugwort, like catnip, is another herb that is very good for spiritual connectivity, connection, divination, and grounding yourself in your walk. And we also got the mirror, a reflection of who or what is triggering you and what exactly does that trigger illuminate. So I'm going to start with the High Priestess because we are going to tap into our inner High Priestess while we look into the mirror and go through this reflection. So this week we need to be channeling our inner High Priestess. Mugwort. Follow the fragrance of mystery, awaken ancient memory, divine messages in dreams and visions. You can make a dream sachet with mugwort in it. Put it underneath your pillow. It'll help you with your dreams. A lot of us right now, we are traveling while we are in the realm of sleep, and a lot of us are waking up. We're not remembering what we dreamt. That is okay, but putting mugwort underneath your pillow, one, may help you remember, but if it's not going to help you remember, it is going to help ensure that whatever lessons you've learned, whatever you experienced, you observed in that realm of sleep, you can carry into, the realm of the worlds when we are awake, whether you're cognizant of it or not. It will happen, okay? Mugwort is great for that. An unfinished mugwort dream pillow of stars and moons lies on a blue silk cloth. The thread still attached to the needle loops around the curled leaves. A small scroll tied with satin ribbon is tucked inside. 3 rose hips split open, revealing their seeds. Near vials of copal and storax resin, a moon phase pendant is draped across the table. The mystery summons the awakening one. Answer the call. Known for its aromatic leaves, mugwort enhances dreams and strengthens intuition. Just as the bitter taste of the tea is hard to swallow, what is revealed may be unpleasant. Healing is sure to come once your visions are acknowledged. So just because it's unpleasant, that doesn't mean you gotta release it. Just because it's unpleasant doesn't mean you gotta shut it. Doesn't mean you gotta tuck it. You don't gotta paint a pretty picture for everything. Some things are unpleasant. Medicine doesn't always come with sugar. Everything's sweet ain't sugar coated, okay? But honestly, I like the way mugwort tastes. That's just me. Healing is sure to come once your visions are acknowledged. The silver leaves of mugwort easily hide the plant from all but the best foragers. This is a secret between you and the dream time you need not share. So this is something that you hold dear. This is something that is going to be evident because of how you embody it. It does not need to be spoken. Yeah. So something you can do is burn mugwort incense or burn mugwort as an incense before journaling sessions so that you can decipher the messages in dreams and decipher your downloads and your visions. I don't have mugwort. I think the Hood Botanica, um, she might have some mugwort. You know, she does herbs, and I believe those herbs are, her shop is only available for patrons this week, but I believe the herbs are something you can order at any week, and you don't really have to wait because that's not something that she's creating. It's just something that she has on hand to package up and, you know, bless it, put it in an envelope, and send it to y'all. So check with the Hood Botanica to see if she has some mugwort. The mugwort I had, I harvested from a friend's farm, and that was like back in like April, so that shit gone now. But yes, mirror. So given that view, given that those principles, knowing that sometimes some of the things that are revealed are going to be unpleasant, knowing that Scorpio season is and Pluto being direct is illuminating things from our past, and knowing that Mercury retrograde is illuminating things that we would rather not talk about, but we are meant to communicate either with ourselves, with others, with the world, with our ancestors, something that we need to work through at this time. Those things may be unpleasant, but they're necessary to be done. And guess what? The high priestess can do that. I'm actually also going to take a look at the high priestess from this other one. So some things are not meant to be known intellectually, but are meant to be experienced through intuition. This card reminds me to trust that I have access to higher wisdom and knowing when I tune in and trust my vibes. This is a time when mysteries will be revealed and I can grow as a result. And those mysteries are going to be revealed by taking nice, long, in-depth looks at yourself, by gazing into your reflection, into your shadow for clarity. The mirror. The filter of our own experience is how we experience life 90% of the time. Perception is reality. What happens to you and happens to other people is not going to look, feel, or sound the same to you and everybody else. Okay, perception is reality. Hey, Lolly Boo. Through our own projections, when someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often, it's an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors, our shadows, to reflect back to us and believe to be true about, reflect back to us what we believe to be true about life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Mirrors revealing parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. So, Mercury retrograde, Scorpio, Pluto, Mars, right now, they're holding up a mirror to our lives, to our journeys, to our ascension, to our path. And it is up to us to spend time in that mirror with our higher selves, our inner high priestess, and make sense of what it is we are seeing and connect to what we are seeing, not just on the surface level with how we feel, not on the surface level of how those things are like manifest, but really truly diving deep to understand those triggers and why you are triggered in the first place, how it even evolved to become something that could trigger you in such a way, and then what are you going to do about the fact that it is a trigger? Is this a place where you need to lay down some boundaries? Is this a place where you're holding on too tight? Is this a place where you are too rigid? Okay. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering in you and what they could be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? When did this first become a trigger? Every time something like this triggers like you, what is the common thread? Because that is the thing that has gone unaddressed. That is the thing that needs to be developed. That is the thing that needs to be clarified within you. Your Mars is a Scorpio too. Okay, my Pluto is a Scorpio. And speaking of Scorpio, Lolly, what house do Scorpio rule? Maybe you gonna comment before I find it. The 8th house. Scorpio rules the 8th house. I don't remember off the top of my head what's in my 8th house. But check and see what's in your 8th house as well. See? I love Lolly. Okay. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering in you and what they could be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? Could there be opportunities to heal something in you, or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you, something to be embraced within you? Hey, Nombrito. This goes for the good and the bad. The good, those who we admire and put on a pedestal. Don't put, Lolly was talking about this last night. I caught the replay. Don't put nobody on a pedestal. Don't put nobody on a pedestal. Don't put nobody on a pedestal. When you put somebody on a pedestal, you are identifying within them something that you see a glimpse of or something that you wish to see in yourself. Instead of putting the people on a pedestal, embody the whatever it is that you are celebrating with them. You can congratulate people, you can honor people, you can appreciate people, but don't put nobody on a motherfucking pedestal. If there's something in somebody that you love, that you admire, that you respect, how can you embody those things within yourself? Yes, step into those things. Don't covet them within others. Step into them yourself. If we do not realize that we are attracted to them because we are like them, we will need to cut them down in order to rise to their level. When you put people on pedestals, naturally you're putting them on an elevated platform from which they can fall. And a lot of times because you're putting them on the pedestal because you wish or want to see those things in yourself, you subconsciously do things that make that pedestal shaky, and it was about them, and can't nobody live up to the shit that you romanticize about them because they just doing them and they being them. So you do you and you be you. Hey, LaMonica. um the bad, those we despise, are envious of, or put down. If we do not realize that they trigger something in us that is yet to be healed, we will remain hurt and wounded ourselves. When you are brought into the knowing, or you are triggered by things that you do not like within people, actions that they take that you don't approve of, energies that just don't sit right with you, take a deeper look at the core of it. Is it what they did? Is it how they did it? Is it why they did it? Is it nothing about what they did, but the way that you reacted to it that you really bothered by? Like, y'all really need to dig deeper into the roots of the things that trigger you, whether they trigger you for the better or they trigger you for the worst. Yes, get some water. It's raining here, but it's like a little drizzle. I can't collect nothing from this. I might go walk outside in it right quick, get a little mist and going. Hey, Michelle. So yes, reflection questions to ask yourself when you are triggered, for your higher self to ask, and to ask your higher self to explore with yourself while you're triggered. Who or what is triggering you? On what level are you triggered? What is it in you that they are triggering, and what part of you longs to be witnessed? How can you honor the fact that you have been triggered? Yes, lavender or a spray. Ooh, that smells amazing. See, I said that smells amazing. I know it smells amazing. That sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. Okay, so these are our guiding things, okay? So we need to be working with our inner selves, our higher selves, to explore our shadows, to the things that Mercury, that Pluto, that Mars, that Scorpio season is illuminating within us, to dive deep into all of those things freely, unapologetically, okay, without hesitation or delay, to get to the rooty of the roots of that shit, so that we can address it and grow from it and move on from it once and for all, so that we see just in time. Mars, I told you, Lolly, yo, was it last week? Mars pulled up to me like 2 weeks ago, like, bitch, get ready because I'm coming. We coming, Scorpio's coming. And it's funny because the first thing my father said to me this morning, because he know I be into the planets and stuff like that, and he has this app, and he follows like the planets and stuff like that. When he looks into the cosmos, like it's connected to like gardening and stuff like that. But he was just like, look, everything, the planets are aligned right now. And he was showing me on the app how it showed like all the planets like are aligned like this. And because most of them are in Scorpio right now. So I was just like, yes, yo, yes, yes, yes. That's what it's all about. Okay, so Michelle, I'm glad that you said that. And for everybody else. So when we focus on our triggers, a lot of that is heavy, like just a heavy upgrades, and heaviness. A lot of that stuff is really, really heavy. If you missed part one of this live series today, go back and watch it. Yep, Mercury, Venus, Mars, the Sun, Pluto, all in Scorpio right now. All in Scorpio right now. But yes, if you missed the first part of this, please go watch it, rewatch it, because we are grounding ourselves in true, authentic gratitude of for where we are. So make sure you catch that replay. But for those of us who are really cognizant of and really already starting this deep dive into our shadow selves, into the triggers, into the things that are being illuminated, for us to work through and birth through, die through with Mercury, Pluto, and Mars through Scorpio. These are going to be what you ground yourself in for the further action. So this is the task. Connect to your inner self and deep reflections on the things that are triggering you. Here's what here's how you keep yourself through those works with the Magician, and the Sun, which in this deck is represented by St. John's wort. Stepping into that death. So I'm going to start with the Magician, because the Magician got the keys, the Magician got the tools, the Magician has the ability, the Magician has the necessary wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. How do I dig deep into my shadow self? Nombrito, by true, honest reflection, just being open, just it's the king. It's the king. It's the king. Both of them, dad and grandpa. But yes, shadow work is really just reflection. Like, it gets deep and there's levels to it, but at the core, it's really just reflection, being honest with yourself even when it hurts. That's it. Being honest with yourself about what hurts, why hurts, how hurts, where hurts, when it hurts. You know what I'm saying? And then acting accordingly. Oh, thank you, LaMonica. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But also, Nombrito, there is a medium that my ancestors love, that my higher self absolutely loves and adores. Her name is Courtney. She goes by Yeshi, a goddess 1133. I'm gonna somebody drop Courtney's Instagram name right now so he go follow her, because she actually has a special right now where she is doing shadow self conversations, and I highly recommend that you touch base with her so that she can help you, because she'll be able to communicate with your higher self, with your shadow self, like with your actual shadow self, as they communicate with you through her, to how they would like to be addressed, how they would like to be approached, and how you can gain clarity through and with them. Okay, but really it just starts with openness and reflection. Okay. So yes, the Magician got the keys, got the tools, and one of those tools is being able to harness the energy, the vibrations of the sun. Yes. Exactly. Okay. So the Magician. Alchemy. The magician is an alchemist. They are able to transmute and transform anything, especially energies, vibrations, all that. Bringing the tangible into the tangible. Alchemy is taking generational trauma and transforming it into intergenerational wealth, into a foundation. Facts, yo. Facts, Lolly. The magician and the empress. I'd be like, it's me. Yup, and the chariot. You know the chariot is, listen. Okay. We here, sis. We here. And I was just about to be like, and the stars, and the moon. But that all of that is in the magician, okay? Because remember, the fortune's wheel that we get to, the fortune's wheel is a tool that the magician has in their, you know, in their arsenal. Okay, so when I am in alignment with Spirit's will, miracles are possible. When I see this card, I'm reminded that my will and skill alone will yield limited results. But I remember my partner with Spirit and all is well. I'm required to explore my commitment to this co-creative alchemical relationship and see results manifest beautifully. Through me, Spirit works magic. Listen, Spirit doesn't... Okay. Spirit doesn't work magic. Spirit is. Spirit is all. Spirit is unlimited potential. Through us, through other beings, magic can manifest through the connection to Spirit, which allows for the possibility of all things. Okay, that also reminds me of a tea blend that I have that I'm going to recommend. And any tea blend I recommend is available for standalone purchase because I recommended it in the space of the reading. So if you are present here at this time, that's available to you. It is called, I believe it's this one, Sacred Space. And the mantra that goes with it is, hold on. I want to make sure I'm not mixing things up. Yeah, the mantra that goes, no, it's not Sacred Space. See? Where the fuck is it? Is it this one? No. I'm going to get back to you on that because I think I have it written down in a separate space. But I wrote it down recently. You know I got hella notebooks. Exactly. You got to be the lead first. You got to be the raw material first. Where are these notes? Oh, I know where they are. It's on my phone, so I can't check and tell y'all at the same time. So I'm going to post the blend, but the mantra affirmation that goes with it is I'm required to walk my path and watch abundance, you know, unfolds, manifest abundantly, like accordingly. Like you are required to walk your path, and because you're walking your path, like the universe, the world is going to react accordingly to that. So the magician, in knowing that he opens the door to all things, he holds within him unlimited potential because of the connection to Spirit that they have. One of the tools that they are granted with that is abundance, is the sun. Knowing that everything is possible and everything you need to know is and will be illuminated. Projects that you embark on will come to fruition. Relationships of yours will flourish. Your growth is assured, okay? Knowing that it is important that you share your abundance with others and that you remain in a state of deep gratitude. Yes, I'm required to walk my path and watch blessings unfold accordingly. So St. John's wort. Cultivate happiness, vitality, and joy. The peak of summer's power wards off every ill. Shine on, celebrate yourself and your successes. Last week we were told to do us and be us regardless. This is saying that you need to celebrate yourself and your successes and can be always aware of who you are. Just like we listen, if you came in late, just make sure you watch the replays. I started this session, this particular video with the prayer of the Archangel Jophiel prayer, which grounds us in divine enlightenment and knowledge of self, okay? And that speaks directly to the magician, the sun, and to that high priestess reflection within you, okay? All of it, all of it. Okay, happiness begets happiness. Radiate liveliness and vitality. Fully experience the sheer gift of being alive. St. John's wort is best known as a mood-lifting plant, but it also repairs skin from trauma and soothes nerve-related pain. That is as within, so without. Okay, so it's going the nerves, that's like the root, like your nerve endings, that is where things end. That's how you feel things physically. A nerve in your toe could affect something that you feel in your shoulder, but it is the root of the pain that you feel in your shoulder. And it is also the way that you are shining, the way that you are radiating, the way you are able to share the knowledge, the blessings, and your abundance outwardly. Seek vibrant people and healing experiences that build good energy and boost your power. This is a heavy transition. We got enough shit to deal with. We got enough trauma coming up to be accepting and inviting new pain and new fucking trauma. Okay, so you need to you need to put yourself in a healing place, in a space, in a vibration, in an energy that is conducive for space. Like when snakes shed their skin, they rub up against hard shit. But when that new pink soft skin is when it's fresh, when it's new, they put themselves in safe environments because they know that they are vulnerable. And that's what we need to do. So as you do these things, you need to ground yourself in knowing that you can do all the things. You held all the tools necessary for your growth, your ascension, your clarity, your peace within you. And you need to make sure that you are cultivating joy on a daily. Even though these things are hard, every day, if you face something difficult every day, you need to sit down and think of why you are grateful for facing that thing. Because I promise you, you can be grateful for facing that thing. And there is something to be grateful for as you reflect on that instance. Okay? Every single day, ground yourself and reground yourself in that gratitude and that divine knowledge and wisdom. Okay, we also got the messenger of fire, the 8 of fire, and the circle. Also, St. John's wort is a fire heavy, fire related herb. The messenger of fire. You see that crown of illumination she got on? Okay. The 8 of fire. You see the surrounding, the way they are surrounded. And I knew it. As soon as I looked at this, I was like, I bet you this crown got 8 candles on it. She got 8 candles on her head and the 8 of fire. Okay. And also 8 is the circle. Yo. Yeah, wow. So these two things are going to ground us via affirmations and via some wisdom on how we can make sure that we are honoring the circle, the interconnectivity of all things, the truth of all things. All right, the messenger of fire, determination for a new adventure, innovation, independent creative action, spirited and headstrong. I have an unstoppable spirit and co-create all that I desire. Okay, magician vibes, high priestess vibes. Surrounded by spirit, illumined by the wisdom that rises up within me, I set forth on a path to innovate, to create, to use my alchemical powers. I trust in my vision and act accordingly, remaining true to what I most value and desire, which can manifest in many forms. Taking a deep, closer look in that mirror. The Eight of Fire. Gathering momentum, celebrating swift changes, travel, and transformation. This is that those alchemical processes beginning to work. Okay, as things start to move, those chemical reactions begin, things reform. Momentum is building as the power of spirit serves to power this transformation. I'm traveling to new territories and I am eager to experience all these lands have to offer. Remember, being open and being receptive is the key. I have arrived at my destination and now the adventure of discovery is energizing me. That's the death part. You know, you've culminated this leg of the journey and now it's time to explore this newness, but that newness is the rebirth. You've done all that you could up until this point in the essence and the energy and the vibration that you have been moving in, and now you're ready to move into something different. You're transitioning, you're transmuting. Oh my goodness. And then the circle, bringing all of these things together, what that means, what that feels like, what that looks like, and how you embody that in your everyday life. Unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum is what this card implies. The circle reminds us that we are all one dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of the cycles of life and the evolving self, ever changing and always connected. Human, spirit, nature, the cosmos, all intrinsically connected. And today in this reading, we talked about our human essence, our spiritual essence, how we connect with nature, how we connect with the cosmos. When the circle appears, it reminds you that you are connected to everything and everyone, including spirit. Spirit's essence beats in your heart and inspires you to co-create your world, knowing that you count, that you have purpose. Imagine even a smile to a stranger can change the course of a life. When the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you could ever know. Stay the course, keep dancing, and know that all will be well. Keep looking into that mirror, keep exploring, keep connecting, keep reflecting. Everything is going to be okay. When the circle comes as your medicine, you're meant to come to an understanding. Remember, that's what retrogrades are all about. It slows down and it heightens and zeroes in with unshakable focus and attention on things that are meant to be illuminated. Remember, as the magician, you carry within you the light, the energy of the sun. You can illuminate any and all things. When the circle comes as your medicine, you are meant to come to an understanding of the importance of decay and letting go of death, okay? To the importance of dying to an old form and being reborn anew. If you are faced with the challenge of loss or disappointment, remember this. In the circle of life, nothing is ever wasted. Love will seek itself again. Prosperity will come from a new idea or opportunity, and spirit always waits for you to find your place in the dance again. So things that I am recommending for Scorpio season for this week are the Archangel Jophiel oil, which is for divine beauty, enlightenment, and wisdom of self. The spiral blend, which now I'm offering in 2 ounces to accommodate the dual purpose of the spiral ritual, which is both for release and receptivity and openness. And also the blends. I don't know why I can't remember the name of the blend, but I'm going to post it okay, for you. And I just posted about the spiral yesterday. I will post about it again so you can see the price and how to order those things. Um, the Archangel Jophiel, same. I'll post the price and how you can order those things. The Archangel Jophiel oil is going to be offered in 1 ounce for 22. Like I said, you just need a drop on each of your chakra centers, one drop on each of your chakra centers every morning to anoint yourself, so that you can show up as your true self, so that your higher self can step forth and help you, navigate. And the blend, which fortifies you in the truth that you are obligated to walk your path and watch as blessings rain down accordingly. Okay. Also, the sacred stationery is also available for purchase. Sacred stationery is something that is always, always, always going to be available for standalone purchase, because they are connected to the purpose of the circle, of that interconnectivity of grounding yourself in your place in the circle of life and existence. Okay, thank y'all so much for tuning in, for reflecting with me this morning, for taking a look back on our week, for engaging in the gratitude ritual and practice with me. I look forward to speaking with you guys on Wednesday for our midweek check-in, on Thursday for our first Thirsty Thursday of the Fire Cider series. Make sure you go get some apple cider vinegar, some honey, and hot peppers, and that you are using them over this week and familiarizing yourself with their energy and connecting to them and letting them guide you, letting them speak with you. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday with Lali on live, and speaking with you on Friday for our end of week reflection and culmination. Okay, so I'm excited to connect with you guys this week with these things as the guiding focuses, and I love you guys so much. Be blessed, and I'll see y'all around. You are so welcome, Monica. If you missed any of it, go back and watch the replay. It's a lot, but I promise you gems all around. Okay, all right, bye you guys.